Hello my wonderful friends, Megas here with you today. And today we're at Sacred Mountain along a beautiful stream, and I wanted to share with you a little ritual that I do and explain why I do it. Many years ago, I was thrown out of high school for telling people about Jesus. And so I went to the Bible college and asked them if I could join, but because I didn't have a high school diploma, they couldn't. And I pleaded with them, trying to explain to them that my heart's desire was to be a minister. And I told them about being kicked out and could not persuade them. Later that same school, after I got my diploma, accepted me, and I wish they hadn't, but that's another story. I ended up going to, basically, it was a cult in Texas where I was abused and mistreated. I was only 17 years old, and I had no contact with my parents or outside. There was no phones, and we were just mistreated. We'd only get a few hours of sleep at night. We were worked like crazy. We were screamed at, yelled at. It was an awful thing. And it was supposed to be a Christian organization. It was run by ex-bikers that supposedly had been born again, and it was just the worst experience. I won't even go into the details because I don't want to be negative. After that, I went into the Army, and that was not at all what I thought it was going to be. I was very disappointed, and I'd just come out of that horrible situation in Texas and went right into the Army. And I just remember one day, it was during grenade training, and I kind of wandered off a bit and found a little stream similar to this, and I remember breaking off a stick and throwing it in the water and watching it go down and just wishing I could go with it. If I could just disappear into nature, get away from all the stress and the troubles and the pain that I was experiencing, and not just physical discomfort, but the mental discomfort. Like, God, why am I going through this? And why did you make a world that's so awful? And from the time I was a child, I could hear from God, but as I told you before, if it didn't line up with what I was previously taught, I would block it out. And He was trying to tell me all the time that He is all good. He's not the monster God that creates evil in the world like I was taught. He doesn't hate, kill, and destroy. He doesn't war. And so I was trying to be a prophet and a minister of God, but I didn't know who He was. It had to be ripped out of me, that lie and illusion. It had to be burned out of me with truth, so I could finally hear from God completely and share the message. And that's why sometimes I'm so passionate and I push so hard, because of what I've gone through. After that, I went through a very painful time in my life. I was in Bible school now after the Army, and again, it wasn't what I thought it should be. I remember telling the preacher there, I feel no love in this place. And he said, I'm not here to love you, I'm here to teach you. And it's just the whole thing, and all the stories and the Old Testament stories we've talked about before, it just wasn't lining up with what was in my spirit. And sometimes we have to completely break and completely lose our minds to find the mind of God. And that's what happened to me. I remember I was sitting at a gas station in San Clemente, California, and I heard God, as clearly as I'm speaking to you right now, tell me, you're going to lose everything, but I want you to hold on to one thing. Hold on to Jesus. And I didn't realize at the time exactly what that meant, but within just a couple months, I lost my home. I lost my family. I lost everything. And I was living in a crappy little house. It was dirty, full of bugs. I remember just crying and asking God, why? And I felt forsaken. And then shortly after, the teachings of the Magi came into my life and changed my life forever. I was hearing in my spirit God telling me, I am all good. I didn't create the evil in this world. I created this world perfect. I'm a perfect creator who created a perfect world and a perfect you. But I was crying out, why is it not perfect? And he started teaching me. And in that beautiful book, The Teaching of the Magi, came into my life. And it's one thing to hear things in your spirit, but it really helped to see that Zarathustra had the same message, and that it was the first monotheistic religion that Christianity, Islam, Judaism all branched off of. And the most beautiful thing is God told me to hang on to one thing, Jesus. The Zoroastrians were the ones, the Magi, that found Jesus, that God spoke to, and they went and worshiped Jesus. So now I had my all good God, and I could hold on to my Jesus, my hero, my Savior. I can't even describe what I felt. I was so happy, and my life started changing and turning beautiful, turning into Asha. As I've taught you guys, what we hold, what vibration we hold, is what we create in our world. I have created Asha in my world. Every day I walk in peace and love and health and joy with purpose, and I'm so excited. Even though I went through so much suffering and pain, I'm so excited that it brought me to the all good God and to the true Jesus, accepting the mind of Christ, that we are one with God, with good spirit. We are love, we are peace, we are joy. Now, I don't want you to run out and join a Zoroastrian church. I don't want you to run out and join the Christian church. I want you to accept the all good God, to let the lies and illusion go about him hating, warring, and killing, and any wrong stories, and realize he's all good. Accept good spirit. That's your creator. Then I want you, secondly, to accept the mind of Christ, bringing Jesus' life into you, that you are love, you are peace, you come into alignment with the all good God. And third, you create Asha, heaven on earth, in your world by holding those highest vibrations. And I'm going to tell you, I hate to sound like a priest, but I'm going to tell you something, and I need you to follow it to a T, because I'm going to tell you how to hold church for your family. Okay, are you ready? You go and get every pillow in your house, every comfy blankie, and you put on your pajamas, and you put in a video, and you make some popcorn, and you hug your babies, and you look at your loved ones and tell them, I love you, I love you, I love you. That's church, my friends. I love you guys. Go throw some sticks in streams. See you next time.